Hello everyone, I am Sanjay Mangnani, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Engineering Department of Arya College of Engineering and IT. In last two lectures of bearing, we have studied about bearing classification and some design concept of journal bearing. In this lecture, we will continue with some more important terms for designing a journal bearing. In last lecture, we have discussed about the lubricating oils and the process of determining the absolute viscosity and minimum film thickness in journal bearing. Now, the critical pressure of the journal bearing. Critical pressure is the pressure at which the oil film breaks down and metal to metal contact begins. The pressure is given by the equation 15.15 of data handbook. This is the equation of the critical pressure, 13.3 divided by 10⁶ Zn d by Cd square L by d plus L. Here Cd is the diametral clearance and Z is the absolute viscosity and small n is the RPS, revolution per second. Next is the coefficient of friction for the journal bearing. The coefficient of friction is determined by the Mackey experimental equation, that is given by the equation 15.12. So, for coefficient of friction, we can use this equation from the data handbook. In this equation, here Ka is the 541 multiplied by beta, and beta is the angle of contact. For full journal bearing, beta is equal to 360 degree. So, this is the value of Ka, and delta F, the value of delta F is 0.002 for the bearing having L by D from 0.75 to 2.8. So from this equation we can determine the coefficient of friction for the journal bearing. Now bearing characteristic number and the bearing modulus. These are very important terms in the journal bearing. In hydrodynamic bearings, initially the journal is at the rest. Therefore, there is a metal to metal contact between the journal and the bearing surface. As the journal starts to rotate, it takes some time for the hydrodynamic film, means thick film, to build sufficient pressure. During this period, there is a thin film lubrication. This is shown in this curve. This is the curve between Zn by P and the coefficient of friction. The bearing characteristic number is a dimensionless number which is equal to Zn by P. So bearing characteristic number is equal to Zn by P. In region, this curve is divided into two regions, region BC and region CD. The thin film lubrication is shown in the region BC. In this region, the speed RPM is low, so the value of Zn by P is less. So this is the reason of the thin film lubrication, or we can say the boundary lubrication. the speed is increased, more and more lubricant is forced and sufficient pressure is built up, which separate the surface of the journal and the bearing. This is shown in the region C, D. In this region, as the speed is increased, the value of Zn by P is also increased. So, the condition of the thin film changes to thick film. This is the condition of the thick film lubrication, or we can say that the condition of the hydrodynamic lubrication. It is observed in this curve that the coefficient of friction is minimum at the point C. At this point, the value of Zn by P is shown by a parameter K. This is called the bearing modulus. So, bearing modulus K is the bearing characteristic number at the minimum value of the coefficient of friction. So, for designing purpose, the bearing should not be operated at this point C. This is the critical value, because a slight drop in speed or slight increase in pressure reduces the value of Zn by P, resulting in the boundary lubrication. So, in order to avoid this situation, the bearing characteristic number should be greater than 3 times of the bearing modulus. For large fluctuation, the bearing characteristic number Zn by P should be greater than 15 times of bearing modulus. Now, heating of the journal bearing. Heat is generated in the bearing due to the frictional work, and the heat generated is given by the equation FWV, where F is the coefficient of friction, W is the applied load, and V is the running velocity. The formula for V is a pi small d small n divided by 1000. This is shown in the equation 15.36 of data handbook. The heat generated in the bearing will be dissipated into the surrounding area, and the heat dissipated in the bearing is given by the equation 15.40 HD is equal to K2 LD TB minus TA, where K2 is the energy dissipation coefficient and TB is the bearing temperature, TA is the ambient temperature, that is equal to 15.5 degrees centigrade. L is the length of the bearing and small d is the diameter of the journal. In this, K2 multiplied by TB minus TA is replaced by a factor C double dash. The value of C double dash can be determined from the table 15.10. This is the table 15.10, and these are the value of C double dash. The value of C double dash depend on TB minus TA. The formula for the TB is equal to TA plus TR and TO. TO is the oil film temperature or operating temperature. Generally, we will take TO between 50 to 80 degrees centigrade. So, from these two equations, we can calculate the TB minus TA. TB minus TA from this equation is equal to TR, and TR from this equation is equal to TU minus TA divided by 2. So we get that TB minus TA is equal to TU minus TA divided by 2. TU is the operating temperature and TA is the ambient temperature, 15.5 degree centigrade. So we can determine the value of the C double dash from this table according to the value of the TB minus TA. So from this equation we can calculate the HD, heat dissipation. Heat generated in the bearing must be dissipate from the bearing to avoid its overheating, because at temperature oil viscosity will decreases, that makes the negligible lubrication and seizing of the bearing. So the value of the HD must be equal to the Hg. So this is all about the design concept or some important points of the designing of the journal bearing. Now the design procedure of the journal bearing. So first step is to determine the bearing length by choosing the ratio of L by D from table 15.11 of the data handbook. This is the table 15.11 of the data handbook. In this table, the first column is machinery. So according to our application, we can select accordingly. This is the bearing. This is the maximum pressure limit for the different types of applications. This is the suitable value of the Z. Column 5 is the minimum value of the Zn by P. Basically it is the bearing modulus. This is equal to the value of the 3K. Column number 6 is the C by R and column number 7 is the L by D. So the first step is to select the L by D from the 15.11. This is the value of L by D according to the our application. Second step is the check the bearing pressure. P is equal to W by LD. W is the load and L is the length of the bearing and D is the journal diameter. So by calculating the pressure from this equation, we can check the pressure, allowable pressure from this table 15.11. This is the maximum allowable pressure. Third step is to assume a clearance ratio C by R from table 15.11. From this table we can select the C by R ratio. Now step number 4 is the determining the value of Z. The process for determining the absolute viscosity we have discussed in the last lecture, that how we can determine the value of absolute viscosity Z. After finding the value of Z, we can calculate the value of the Zn by P, and then we will check this value by the table 15.11. This is the column for minimum Zn by P. After that, we will determine the coefficient of friction from the equation 15.12 of the data handbook. This is the equation of coefficient of friction. Next is to determine the heat generated by the equation 15.36 of the data handbook. This is the equation of heat generated. Next is to determine the heat dissipated by the equation 15.40. This is the equation of heat dissipation. And at last we will check the thermal equilibrium to see that the heat dissipated becomes at least equal to the heat generated. In case the heat generated is more than the heat dissipated, then there are two methods. Either the bearing is redesigned, it means that we can increase the operating temperature of the oil, or the bearing is artificially cooled by water or some oils. So this is the design procedure of the journal bearing. In next lecture we will take some numerical of the journal bearing. Thank you.